Word on the street is Ubisoft is planning a new Prince of Persia game. About time, after the last reboot got so unfairly bombed that they couldn't even release the DLC to PC, maybe we should try again. Ubisoft hasn't tipped their hand yet, but you know, fingers crossed. Let's talk about the classic 2D duology, not trilogy. The third entry was not a Mecner creation if memory serves, but we'll get to it soon enough. The original Prince of Persia followed an unnamed stranger as he fought an evil vizier who sought the hand of a princess so he could become sultan. What is it with people and ruling Persia? Is it just really good real estate? Your character isn't even a prince until the end of the first game, where he becomes a prince as reward for saving the princess. The first game is mainly punctuated by good moments that stand up in between platforming and the occasional fight. Actually, I was surprised how well I remembered the levels for the most part. For a game I haven't played in ages, that shows good memorable level design. Insert modern AAA joke here. One thing that makes the first two pop games unique is the time limit. Unlike the time limit in most old school games that serve no purpose other than needlessly hastening gameplay, this was tied to the story and is persistent for the whole playthrough. Lost time is not restored when you die, but the 12 levels aren't the longest levels, so it's not too tight a trip unless you suffer too many crippling time losses. Looking at you, fatso. We'll get to this snack hole of donut consumption soon enough. That being said, there are ways of implementing timed campaigns without being dickish. See System Shock for the crash course. The platforming is fine. Takes some getting used to since it's a step platformer, not a traditional platformer. A more realistic attempt at platforming that works for the most part and would be used in plenty of games to come. There is combat, of course. You can parry and strike. That's it. Some fights are more interesting than others. This immortal skinny boy blocking the exit to the green dungeon is a good moment. This guy who patiently waits for you to get in range. And this fat tub of bullshit that has a faster than average parry as well as ninja reflexes. Frankly, screw this guy. If it wasn't for him, I'd have made an excellent time. But even after all these years, the best solution is just run past him. Leave him to his cheating bullshit. Most other fights are laughably easy, even the final fight. There are also non-combat events that liven up the climb out of the dungeon, like the mirror summoning the shadow and entire floors falling under you. Then there's unscripted stuff like enemies falling to deadly pits, always hilarious. The only pickups are health pots, literally, poison pots, which I don't have footage of grabbing, cause stupid I am not, and you also get these jugs that increase your max hit points. It takes some effort just to reach them. They're usually... What an asshole! I swear, once I find that no-face shadow being, I'll... Let's find this vizier and make him regret messing with some Aladdin wannabe. Overall, it's still good, unforgiving in places. Beating this on a first-time playthrough is tricky, if at all possible, and it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if it is your cup of tea, know that the good moments certainly outweigh the bad.